Hello, welcome. You're joining us on another episode of the HyperFRAME podcast, and we're coming to you from Nutanix's next event. I'm joined by Steve Carter. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steven.
So I think Nutanix, virtual machine platform.
Yeah, reasonably so.
I think a lot of people would. We've had a couple of conversations over the last couple of days about what you guys are doing with NKP and NKP Metal. Can you just unpack that a little bit for the viewers and watchers, and really how people should be thinking about Nutanix and kind of the evolution you're on?
Absolutely. So NKP has been supported on bare metal actually since inception. But what we realized, the big gap that we wanted to close is to make it more HCI-like in a sense, right? So the idea is not only does it include, the compute layer, the storage, but also the ability to deploy with one click, the lifecycle management of the underlying hardware, firmware, BIOS, all that kind of stuff.
So Nutanix Kubernetes platform, relatively new name, you've changed that up.
Yeah.
Where do you see, for me, there's an opportunity as we're seeing kind of AI workloads come through. People are asking, do I put that on a container? Do I put it on bare metal? You guys announced Nutanix bare metal this week.
Yeah.
Do I put it on bare metal? Do I put it on a virtual machine? Kind of what are you hearing from customers as you have that conversation with them?
Yeah, I think it depends on the scenario, but certainly for customers that have spent, however much money on these crazy expensive GPUs, and especially if you're doing some trainings, something where you're really going to utilize the full power of the GPU, there is a desire to be able to do that bare metals.
Yeah.
Right? And so
get the maximum horsepower out of what you bought, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Not, give up even 1%, right?
Because they're such expensive pieces of infrastructure at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't want to make it, a burden to go and deploy and manage, right? And that's the key, is how do we integrate it into the platform and then make it, easy for folks that are used to managing virtual environments to go and manage a bare metal Kubernetes environment as well.
For me, it's that optionality where whatever the workload demands, whether that's bare metal because it's a training workload or an inference workload, then you want to eke every last sort of token out of that infrastructure.
Yeah.
Whether that's a sort of new cloud-native application that you're developing, or whether it's a legacy application that maybe you're looking to modernize and bring over to the platform. Whichever one of those three scenarios, you can do that on Nutanix. That's been my takeaway. Am I thinking about that in the right way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, since the beginning, Nutanix has always been about giving our customers choice. And the idea now is that it shouldn't have to compromise, right? If you have to choose just virtualizing Kubernetes, you might compromise some performance for the highest performance applications. Or if you choose to do bare metal, now you're compromising the operational efficiency, and the ability to, make things happen as quickly as they do in the cloud, right? So the idea of trying to bring that cloud-like experience on-prem is what we're really looking at.
That's been the other key takeaway from me this week. It's been around on-premises infrastructure, a lot of storage announcements this week.
Yeah.
Also collaborations with the hyperscale providers. Not only that optionality at the workload level, you sort of bare metal containers, virtual machines, but also, and I love the tagline I was chatting to sort of Mandy about what you were doing at the very high, run anything, anywhere. It's a tagline, it's a marketing piece,
right?
But I see that genuinely sort of manifesting itself in the product and how you're architecting the solution. Can you talk about what you kind of see in there from a cloud or an on-premise perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've long supported, and prioritized hybrid multi-cloud, right, as kind of, one of the biggest benefits of Nutanix. What I'm really excited about is I think in the era of cloud native and Kubernetes, that hybrid cloud capability becomes even more important.
100%.
And, as an example, we have customers who they deploy at the edge, an example on cruise ships. You can't, run fiber to a cruise ship, but when
that would be fun to watch that go around.
It would be, yeah. It'd be like a little RC car with a wire connection,
but you're not running a fiber.
No, indeed, and so but then when it comes to actually developing the software, it's a lot easier in a lot of cases when you had a new developer to a team, you want to spin up a test environment. The cloud really works great for that.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then on the other, on the other side of it, if there's and this isn't obviously from the edge, but when it comes to like running a website or a web service, when there's a spike in demand at certain times of the year, being able to burst to the cloud is something that Kubernetes really lends itself to.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think that, there's a kind of a bigger value prop here in the era of cloud native.
It's that optionality. We talked about it at a workload level, which for me, cloud is not a place, it's a mindset, and being able to deliver that kind of cloud-like experience, whether you're on premises, in a sovereign data center, in a hyperscale environment, in a neo cloud environment where you're leveraging AI, whatever that is, being able to deliver that at scale and having that horizontal kind of management and orchestration layer, that for me is what's crucial.
I agree. And I think historically, it was often possible for an enterprise or, a company to be either in the cloud or in the data center. But I think AI is a perfect example that's causing organizations to look at needing to run stuff on-prem for a variety of reasons. I mean, one has
the sovereignty,
data sovereignty is a big one, but even just data movement, right? The idea of like if you're a media company and you have hours of video, the idea of sending that up to the cloud and then using AI in the cloud and then bringing it back down becomes just
if you're
way
doing
too
computer
expensive.
vision work,
Right.
Smart manufacturing, healthcare,
Yep.
those can be big files, as you say. If you want to go round trip to the cloud, maybe you want that on-prem, but maybe you want to do test and dev of that application in the cloud.
Yeah.
With it. So I think that optionality and that hybrid piece is key. Well, thank you, Steve, for joining us.
Absolutely.
Dragging
Been a
you away
pleasure.
from a busy schedule.
Yeah.
You've been watching us here on the HyperFRAME podcast. Please click, like, subscribe, and do all those things. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.